good evening, everyone. How are you doing? My name is Robert, aka the Tall Man, and this is
Lisa,
my lovely wife, Lisa. Welcome to the broadcast. Thank you for coming on tonight. We are so excited to be going back to the Tampa RV Supershow. It's our anniversary. I don't think we mentioned that in our last stream. I can't remember, but we started our channel. It'll be 3 years ago. As we start the Tampa RV Supershow. So it's always special for us to go back there because it's the anniversary of this channel. So tonight we want to talk about what we feel are the 7 biggest things you need to know before you attend an RV show. Mm-hmm. Especially a large one like the, it's actually not the Tampa, it's the Florida RV Supershow. It is the second largest in the country. Only Hershey, up in Hershey, Pennsylvania, is larger. This thing is huge. If you've never been there before and you're an avid RV, you gotta come to the Tampa or the Florida RV Supershow. There's well over 1,000 RVs. It's huge. For those of you who know that car guy, right? It's huge. It's unbelievable. And so there's 7 things that we feel that you should do before going and while you're there to just have a great experience. We watched this guy on YouTube. He's a weather guy. He's like, don't be scared, be prepared. And so that's what we want to do. We want to help you be prepared. And so that being said, let's get to the number 1 thing, Lisa. What's that?
You got it. What are the hours?
The hours. Now, why is that important? You'd be amazed. I swear to God, we go to a lot of live events, and people will show up at with a half an hour left. Sometimes even after the event is over, going, "Oh, we thought it'd be open a lot longer." Well, no. So, what are the hours? The Florida RV Supershow is going to be open Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 5 days. The first 4 days, it's 9 to 6. All right, 9 to 6. And the last day, it's only 9 to 5. Okay, 9 to 6, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And on Sunday, it is 9 to 5. Okay, now, why also is this important to know? I can tell you, this show is so big. Well, you know what? We're going to talk about that. That's actually another point. I don't want to talk about that now. So there's your show hours. So that's the first thing you want to know. So that's tip number 1. Know the show hours. Number 2.
Sneakers, baby, sneakers. Wear comfortable shoes.
Absolutely. Again, this place is absolutely gigantic. It's so big. Like the thumbnail, I couldn't get one picture. Are we still there? Everybody? It just said it stopped recording. I don't know what's going on. Anyway,
hope you can still hear us.
Yeah, did we lose the live stream? I don't know. If you're out there, and just let us know if you can still hear us. Anyway, the place is so big you can't get it in one picture. And so wear comfortable shoes. You are going to be doing a ton of walking. Okay, that's why she says sneakers. You know, for most people, sneakers are comfortable. I guess if you're comfortable in open toe shoes, I guess, but I just think your feet might be rubbed raw.
It's a lot of walking.
A lot of walking. Okay, so let's get on to number 3.
Know the weather and be prepared.
Know the weather. That also, that's a big thing, right? I know we're in Florida, but, you know, it can be a little bit cool here from time to time. It can rain without notice. The Florida State Fairgrounds, which is in Tampa, it's relatively close to the water, and so there's showers and stuff. So I will give you the weather forecast. So if you're watching this, you know, over the next couple days, this is the weather forecast as of now.
We got you covered.
Wednesday and Thursday, weather looks, from a rain standpoint, really good. Friday, there is a 36% chance of rain. Saturday and Sunday, a 20% chance of rain. Okay? So, weather-wise, it's going to be around 60 and around 80 degrees for the low and high. So every morning when the show starts, it's going to be around 60-ish, and the highs for the day around 80-ish. Again, plus or minus a couple degrees. Okay? And so bring appropriate clothing. Make sure you're dressed comfortable, okay? Because it's a long day. It really is. And I know you're in and out of RVs and things, but, just wear your comfortable shoes, know the weather so that you can dress appropriately, okay? So let's get on to what? Number 4, right? Number 4.
Bring a backpack.
All right. Why is that important? So we feel there's several things that you need to put in this backpack, okay? Remember, the Florida State Fairgrounds is huge. It's huge. It's huge. I'm going to say that over and over and over again. and there are a ton of people. I just cannot begin to tell you, at least in the past couple of years that we've gone, it's ridiculous. And so you're not going to want to be going back and forth to the car. So having a backpack is a great idea. Now, what should you put in the backpack? And this is what I'd put in the backpack. First of all, in the morning, for us Floridians, Southern people, 60-ish is a little bit cool. So we're probably going to be wearing a hoodie or some kind of light jacket. But by the time it gets up to 80 degrees, it's going to be warm.
Yeah.
And, well, I don't want to be carrying that. And so, I want to put it in something. I'm going to put it in the backpack. So, whatever. 2, on the days that it might rain, a little umbrella, right? Or a rain poncho or something like that. Keep that in there. I would bring pad of paper and a pen, right? There's lots of RVs there, right? And so when you see one that you like, you might want to write the model number down, okay? And then so you can go back and look at it if you're there shopping, right? Really shopping, and you want to get those comparisons, you're going to want to write that down and remember, because there's so many, it can be overwhelming.
And maybe make a little note about what it is about that particular RV that you really like. Because a lot of times you forget, okay, was that the one that had the fireplace, or was that the one that had the really big window? Make a little note of that.
Right. Mm-hmm. So, pad of paper, pen, good thing.
Yes.
Okay? Snacks, drinks, and honestly, maybe you pack a little light lunch, okay? Now, why is this important? Okay? We've been there a couple years now. This will be our 3rd year, going on our 3rd year. And they have drink stations, and they sell water and beverages, and there's food and stuff like that. But in the past couple of years, they always seem to run out of water. They don't have enough. I don't know why. The food stands that they have, and there's many, but there's not enough for the amount of people that show up. And so you may stand in line for a half an hour to an hour to get a hot dog. I mean, it can be absolutely crazy. Every day that it was lunchtime, we lost 45 minutes to an hour last year just standing in line to get some food. Mm-hmm. So if time is of the essence for you, you might want to pack a lunch, right? Or again, just a couple bottles of water. So as you're walking around through the day, you don't have to waste a half an hour or an hour to get a bottle of water. You at least have that in your backpack. And then maybe you just wait in line for lunch. I'm not telling you have to bring a sandwich with you, but maybe you might want to consider that, right? So I don't know, Lisa, what else would you put in the backpack?
Maybe some sunscreen. We are in Florida. Ooh. Sunny days, you don't want the nice little sunburn there. So I would put some sunscreen in there for sure. And I think that was probably the biggest thing on my list. Because 80 is pretty comfortable. I know a lot of people like to bring those little fans, but I don't think it's going to be warm enough for that.
Well, yeah, but 80 in the sun, 80 right?
If
it's sunny,
pretty warm.
People think 80 degrees, 80 degrees, but it can be hot, but
And depending on which way the wind is blowing, if you're in the shade, it can still be kind of cool, you know.
Yeah. All
but
right.
those were the big ones on my list.
All right. So backpack. right? Or a bag, but I like the backpack because you can put it on your shoulders. You don't have to worry about, carrying a shoulder bag or whatever.
And plus, you're probably going to be picking up brochures and things like that, and it's nice to have a nice little place to tuck those so you don't lose them.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. We saw people with like carts, like those little 2-wheel, tiny little carts, or those expandable little 4-wheel carts that you might put kids in or something like that.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea. If you're truly there going to collect, you feel that you're going to collect a bunch of brochures and things, that can get heavy in a backpack.
Or if you have little munchkins with you, that cart comes in handy.
Yeah. So that sort of all comes under bring a backpack, okay? All right, so let's get on to number 5, which I don't know if it's the biggest one or not, but it's really a big one. So here's number 5.
Research.
Research. Okay. So what do we mean by research? As I mentioned, it's huge! There's every kind of RV you can imagine there. Big, small, medium, pop-up, fifth wheel, travel trailer, Class A, Class C, Class B. It just, I mean, it can be overwhelming. If you don't have an idea of what you're there to look at, your brain's just going to explode. Because there's no way for you to see it all. I mean, we tried to cover it all last year in 5 days, and we couldn't cover it all. We did a lot of walking, but I'm not sure we covered it all. So what we mean by research is, if you're going there, have an idea what you're there to look at. It doesn't mean you can't look at other nice things, but if you're there for, let's say you're looking for a new RV, okay? Well, what kind of RV are you looking for? Are you looking for a fifth wheel? Are you looking for, again, a Class A or Class C or something along those lines? Have an idea what you're looking for so you can check those things out maybe first, okay? So, again, let's say you're looking for a Grand Design, reflection, okay? So maybe you can go check them out first. But you wanted to compare them to an Avalanche or something, right? So maybe, again, do some research ahead of time, know a little bit about what you're there to look for or look at, and then check those things out first, okay? Would you add anything else to research?
No, I think that's pretty good. Definitely have an idea of what your needs are. I don't know that necessarily
we can cover
falls into
we can cover a
research.
whole video on just research, right? If you've never had an RV before and you're making this your very first show that you've ever attended and you have no idea what you're looking for, go and search YouTube. We've made a video before about it. Others that cover the RV industry, we've all made videos about it. What should you be looking for in an RV? I can't answer those questions for you. But there's a good list of questions that you can go down first. And maybe we do a quick video tomorrow night. Just, here's the list of things you want to, ask yourself. If not, just go search it out. First timer, beginner, what should I look for? Okay? That'll give you a good place to start.
Yep.
Okay? So do some research before you show up. Go to those things first. And then enjoy the rest of your day. Because a lot of people will only come from one day.
Mm-hmm.
It is a 5-day event. So if you're only going to be there for one day, you want to make sure you cover those things that you want to get to first. Okay?
Exactly.
So let's get to number 6.
Schedule more time than you expect.
Oh, yeah. So, did I say huge? It's huge. All right? And this is from the beginning to the end. So I just consider this, right? You're going to the Florida State Fairgrounds. There's over 1,000 RVs. Every dealer you can imagine there. There's tens of thousands of people showing up. Mm-hmm. It opens at 9 o'clock. What do you think it's going to be like trying to get in that gate at 9 o'clock when everyone else is? It's going to take a while, right? It may, from the time you actually get off the highway and go, we're here, it could be an hour before you physically pay for the parking, get to a parking spot, get your tickets, get through the turnstile, and physically on the grounds. And so if you're like, oh, we'll get there at 9 and, we'll walk around for, a couple hours and we'll be done by noon. No. If you get there at 9, you're probably actually not really there until 10 by the time you park and this, that, or whatever. it's going to take you more time. Okay? Walking around. The fairgrounds are huge. They really are very, very, very big. And the RVs cover the entire property. Every building is used. Every ounce of ground is used. So plan more time. Okay? The other thing, you're going to see something shiny. Squirrel! and you're going to be, oh my God, we've been here for 45 minutes. We got to go. Right? Just plan more time. Which also sort of gets back to you make sure you want to see the things there that you went to see first. Because it's going to take more time than you think. And there are so many other people there looking at things. You may have to wait. So if you're going to get some food, it's going to take you an hour. These things are going to take more time than you expect. So make sure that you leave the full day. Maybe you plan 2 days. But it's going to take more time than you think once you get there. Okay?
Yeah, a couple of things with that. Even sometimes when you are looking at a particular RV, there might be a couple of families already inside that RV, so you might have to wait to get in so you can actually get a look around.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then also there's going to be all kinds of other vendors there. So not just RVs, but all kinds of accessories. And you might want to take a look around at all the fun stuff.
Well, I mentioned all the buildings, right?
Yeah.
So the RVs are outside. There are 2 other large buildings where there's RVs inside. Like the main building you come in, all the big Class A's are in there. The Prevos and, all the big conversion companies are in there. Liberty and Millennium and geez, I can't remember them all. They're all in there, okay? But there's also vendors, right? So, all the newest, greatest gadgets and widgets, and they're also there. So there's sort of an expo side of it as well. So there's 2 buildings that have that, and they're at opposite ends of the fairgrounds.
Yes.
Right? And there's different vendors in both of them.
Yes.
So you got to go to both, right? And so we try to cover it for you and put it up on YouTube, but if you're there yourself looking, it's going to be a 20-minute walk or 30-minute walk just to get from the one building to the other with people and all the things. And so expo stuff. There's also seminars. This isn't just about looking at RVs. So they have a whole seminar schedule, which is posted there. It's posted on the website. We'll talk about it a little bit more in number 7. But, learn about solar and learn about different types of batteries. And if you've never bought an RV before and you first get there, one of the first seminars of the day is, what should you be looking for? There's just all kinds of different guest speakers and things. So there's seminars. So this is also a learning thing. So it's really, really cool. Just leave more time. Okay? Which, since this place is so huge, that's our number 7. It's huge. Now, get a map. Okay? Right when you walk in the door, there's going to be stacks of what looks like little magazines. It's sort of a show guide, but in the center of that is a map. I meant to try to find ours from last year, and we didn't get time today to do it. Get that book. You're going to want a map, because in that map is a layout of the entire grounds and where each of the vendors are. And so if you want to go to Grand Design, last year they were sort of tucked away in this little back corner. They're not this year. If you watched our last stream, we were on the fairgrounds about a week ago, and we kind of snuck in and shot some video. Grand Design's kind of up towards the front this year. So right as you come out of the main expo building, they're going to be just sort of right there off that main little drag. But whether it's Keystone or it doesn't matter what it is, okay? On that map is going to be exactly where they are. And so get a map. It's going to help you shorten your day a little bit, because it does, you do get a little bit lost walking around here. I'm so sorry. Hang on a second. Are you going to talk to them, or are you just going to sit there silent?
You know me.
We're dog sitting.
Partner.
Yeah, we're dog sitting, and the dog got up and is sort of walking around and staring at the door. And I wasn't going to scream at the dog while we're filming, so I went to go take care of the dog, and all the awkward silence. Thanks. All right, so get a map, and so that is our 7 tips to success of going to an RV show, whether it's small or large. Obviously, more so for the larger ones, because they are just going to take you more time. We are going to be there all 5 days. Plus, there's sort of they call it an industry day. It's kind of like a media day. That is on Tuesday. So we're going to attend that before it opens up to the public and shoot as much stuff as we can and put that up to give you guys all a little bit a preview before getting there. Right? Research, right? So please feel free to watch the streams. I'm not even sure we're currently streaming right now.
I'm not sure either.
I think we've lost connection, so I may have to load this up as a video instead of a stream. If we do, we apologize for those who plan to attend the stream live. We're on our satellite. We have Starlink, and we have great service, but if it drops for just a second, cuts the stream off. So anyway, but while we're there, we'll be streaming actually, from our phones. So anyway, if this is the first time you've seen us, thank you so much. We appreciate you stopping by. Hit the subscribe button, thumbs up, all the big things that all the YouTubers ask. It really does help the channel. Our content's for free, right? That little check mark, it costs you nothing, but it really helps us out a ton. We do appreciate it. If you're already part of the Tall Man Clan, God bless you guys. Thank you so much. All right. Now, this would normally be where we would open it up for questions, but I'm pretty sure there's no one there. It's just us and the dog.
That's what I'm thinking.
So I guess we are going to end this. And I don't know. We will be there live. Make sure you check out the streams. If there's something you want to see,
send your request.
Send your request, right? Put it in a comment. If you're watching the videos post stream, right? If you're watching the replay of it, leave a comment. We answer all the comments. We see them all. We will surely go look at what you want to see. If we're walking around and you're catching us during the live stream, leave a comment. Ask us something while we're there. We have been good in the past. I can't make any promises, but we have been very good in the past of grabbing the not just the salespeople. I want to talk to the manufacturer's reps. The people that are there from these manufacturers.
All the experts.
Right. Well, not just the experts, but people that can get us like real answers.
Yeah.
The people that make them. Right. We had somebody leave a comment on a video that we posted, and they were a little disappointed with the service. They bought one, and there was some stuff wrong with it, and they were really having some challenges getting stuff dealt with. Well, I'll go get in their face. In a nice way, but it may help, right? To be able to speak directly to the manufacturer's reps as opposed to just a salesperson, right? So anyway, we hope you've enjoyed the video. We hope these 7 tips will help you have a successful event. Again, don't be scared. Be prepared. And until we see you all again, be safe.